What it do? What it do? Hope everybody out there having a good day. Hope everybody's week is going okay. We up in here on Wednesday, so you know, I was burping real quick. Hope everybody's being safe out there and shit. COVID ain't getting them down. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but anyways, uh, today is another boxing day. Um, I think it's another day to rejoice and stuff like that. And I think we should be appreciative that we at least got something going on this year. Not the best fights and stuff like that. But we got something going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to wait for a couple people to get in before I get in on this. I'm just doing some slight rambles. I also want to talk about. I'm just trying to get the picture up real quick, but I want to talk about something before it comes on. I mean, I get to the nitty gritty of the main thing that I want to talk about, um, which is the Deontay Wilder, all that stuff that's going on. Some of the stuff I said, some of the stuff other people said, and stuff like that. And a lot of people are getting it wrong and stuff. I think a lot of people need to mind their P's and Q's and stuff like that. So uh, this fight is going to be a good one. A lot of people probably ain't out there like, ooh, wow, I'm not really interested, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. But it's a good fight, man. It's a good fight. Can't wait for it to happen. We got, another week to go. I think I was hoping that a lot of folks were actually talking about this fight. And the reason why I was hoping a lot of people talk about this fight and stuff like that, because I don't think this is a fight that people really do need to sleep on. I think people need to be talking about this fight a little bit more than what we have, because I think that these guys deserve some of that limelight too. Um, put the link out there in the chat. I just got on the thing. So TS Boxing, my boy Tyrone is in the building. He said what's up. Volts UK said what's up. Tyrone said Mike Coppinger looks like Fury took a shit and he came out. Yeah, he do look like a bizarro version, or a better, well, maybe even go down the lines and say a better looking version. But you know, uh, I can't trust. I can't trust some of these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because of it seems like one day is this, and the next day is that, and it's like it seems like sometimes Mike Coppinger is on the fence. He doesn't really want to put his neck out there and shit. But it is what it is. But as far as this on the screen right here, right? So, for, those of you who's out there listening, people have been saying this for a while about the arbitration. Some people call it step aside money. I never called it step aside money. Um, Everybody knows that there's a dispute with Tyson Fury going on, but a lot of these networks, when they bring it up, they don't bring it up in the right light. They sugarcoat it, you know. From Max Kellerman to these guys, to the Seconds Out guy, Radio Raheem, uh, Michelle Joy Phelps, and everybody sugarcoated it because obviously they don't want to burn no bridges, or they're not man enough or woman enough to ask the right questions. You know, and the right question that should have been asked is that, what kind of weight does this arbitration hold on who you fight next? You know, and you know what I'm saying? Is like, those are the type of questions I think that should have been asked more, because to Tyson Fury, from Frank Warren to Edward Hearn to all these guys, what kind of weight does this hold? How many times, how many instances have you guys seen something like this happen? And it was in favor of the fight that was owed to fight. It was, stuff like that, so we can get a better grasp on what arbitration means with to a botched contract by way of COVID-19, by way of Tyson Fury, by way of Bob Arum. Bob Arum said that it is not me, it is Tyson Fury. If it was up to me, if I was Deontay Wilder, I would sue. Then he kind of backtracked. He's like, well, anybody can sue. Why would he say that? Because he's frustrated. Everybody else is frustrated because everybody's putting money behind this guy, and he's keep giving them the fuck because the only thing they see when they signed that contract was dollar signs, and their contract wasn't that tight. Tyrone said, I'll be on in a couple of minutes if you're still on. Okay, brother. So let's go into this. What this was Votes UK say. Hearn is loving the attention mic. He loves the camera. If you haven't noticed, he always did, because Edward Hearn found out a long time ago if he could control social media and pump enough fabulous information out there with all the idiots that are on social media, they were outnumbered the people that know what they're talking about. And that's always been the case when it comes to propaganda. Most of the people in your country, and I don't care what country it is, are fucking idiots. They're either idiots or they're ill-informed. They trust in the wrong people, but it's a mixture. You know what I'm saying? You seen how when it comes to voting for presidents, mayors, and governors and stuff like that, you'd be like, how the fuck did this guy get in? Because most people don't give a fuck. Most people are just riding with the next person. They're riding the wave. You know what I'm saying? They don't go out there and do their own research. They don't actually listen to people. They just listen to the snippets, the highlights. I think they have more than that. And look how many people they're paying. Mike Coppinger, his bio is on MTK Global's website. How come every single time a boxing event happens, when it comes to matchroom boxing, it's the same people? It's the same YouTubers. It's the same Dan Raphael. It's the same guys. It's everybody that Tyson Fury gets interviewed by. It's not like it's some new YouTube channel or whatever the case may be. Reggie Owens had to roll up on him. And then as soon as he said something, he was like, oh, I'm out. Because he know. You can't control when you are doing an interview with somebody that does not have no connections to you. You cannot control the narrative. You can control the narrative when the other side, like Deontay Wilder, is not paying people on social media to put out shit. Because if he was given $1 million a year to put out shit, there would be more combatant towards the misinformation that's been put against him. That's the reason why Mike Coppinger can't get his fucking story straight. 1 minute it's Fury versus AJ is going on. The next minute it's him saying resolution expecting in Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder arbitration in coming days, potential by Monday. The dispute surrounds the rematch clause. Is Wilder owed a third fight? Former judge Daniel Weinstein will rule. Will Wilder be awarded damages? Will Fury simply move on? And if you see how Mike Coppinger wrote that, he didn't even try to write it in a way that he's not even trying to give doubt that the fight will be ruled in Fury's favor. That's the reason why the last sentence says, the last question says, will Fury simply move on? It doesn't say, will Fury, will the ruling be in favor of Fury? He's know what he's doing. And who the fuck keeps giving Mike Coppinger all this information? I don't care who the fuck he works for. How does he's always the one getting information that nobody else has? That's my whole thing. Because ain't nobody supposed to be saying nothing, right? About this arbitration shit is not public record. And it probably is public record. to get some of the information out of these guys, because the way these entities work out here is like some of them they have to by the Freedom of Information Act give out certain information when it comes to things like this. But I think this is a private organization. But even if it's a private organization, if they're nonprofit, they will have to under the Freedom of Information Act, because they're a private organization. They're tax exempt. And they have a duly obligation, being tax exempt, to give the citizens of the United States, right, information when asked. I think they got like up to 30 days to respond. And then, if you don't have a response, you got to have a detailed, thing, and it got to be legitimate. It's like it's some serious shit. People don't really think it is, but it's some serious shit. You can get sued for that shit, man. You can get sued. L-Dub, what's happening? L-Dub Boxing said, I get the same info those guys get, but no one believes me. But that's what I'm saying. How come this guy, he keeps getting information, and when he's wrong, nobody says shit? When he's wrong, he's just, the next thing, Black Star Sports TV, what's happening? It's like when he's wrong, on to the next shit. When he's right, nobody ever questions where this information comes from this guy. Then he goes on to say, this goes on, of course, against the backdrop of efforts to finalize Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua for early August in Saudi Arabia, with August 14th and Riyadh being eyed per sources. I don't care what your sources is. I don't care what Tyson Fury says. I don't care. I'll put it like this. If you lie 3 times about the same damn thing, right? When it comes to making these fights, when you lie 3 times when it comes to making these fights, I don't believe shit. It's either the fight get made or it don't. When the fight gets, I don't want to hear we in negotiations. I don't want to hear none of this shit. Only thing I want to hear is the fight is fucking signed and whatever fight is happening. Because y'all keep leading us on. Like how many times that we got to keep talking about the same bullshit over and over again? You tricked me with this one. Why should I put my neck out and get tricked again? I'm going to wait. I heard Tyson Fury talking about some trilogy mess with Deontay Wilder the other day with his little, I don't know, Gucci, Versace, whatever the shit is that he had on. I don't believe the shit he say. He's a slithering snake. Frank Warren's a slithering snake. Edward Hearn's a slithering snake. Tyson Fury's a slithering snake. There's a whole bunch of slithering snakes around here. But I'm supposed to believe these guys. I'm supposed to believe these guys. But most people out there, they believe people when the narrative suits them. A lot of these guys, that's what they do. They hate Deontay Wilder's guts, but when he says this, then they believe him, but they don't believe the rest of the shit. You hate Tyson Fury's guts, but then when he says this, then you want to believe that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't believe anything that come out of these guys' mouth on day one. I told everybody, I don't think Tyson Fury has, what's that shit? Depression. At that time, nobody wanted to touch it. But I said, fuck it. I don't think he has it. If he had depression and shit like that, right? Why is he always out there talking about mental health awareness and stuff like that, but always talking shit about somebody and putting them down? How are you going to say uplift yourself in one sentence, but every time somebody got something to say, or they lose or they win or something like that, you talking shit about them? What's up, Ronald Figley? You talk mad shit about them. Like, you should understand that you got depression, right? And if Billy Joe Sanders wasn't part of your team, or your homeboy, Gypsy, or whatever the case may be, what would you be saying about him right now? Huh? If you was this big of a man and a gypsy warrior, we traveling fighters and this and the third, when Billy Joe Sanders' dad was getting roughed up, how come you didn't jump over the motherfucker and get the popping if you was that so-called gypsy warlord and all that stuff. Because you knew you would have got your ass whooped. You know you can't compete in no street fight. If it's not in the ring, you ain't with it. You know now well you would have gotten done the same way that Dominic Brazil got done fucking around in the hotel room lobby. You know you ain't got no chin. Now we talking about bare fist now. You ain't got no, you would have got embarrassed. The security in there probably would have stomped your bitch ass out. If you would have jumped in there, everybody would have got your ass, everybody would have got their ass whooped. And you lucky, nobody else in there whooped your ass. Just for the fuck of it. Volts UK said, you think he's bipolar, Mike? You know what? I don't know, man. But he's all over the place. He's all over the place. Like with like other people's names in his mouth that ain't got nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? He's all over the place. Like what kind of dude goes to a fight with it on national TV with this fine bride sitting next to him, other than his wife in Las Vegas, flies to Florida partying. If that was Adrian Broner a couple of years ago, remember when everybody was talking about Tank Davis and drinking? Remember everybody talking about Earl Spence Jr. is a drunk? Sergio, well, we all know Sergio Kovalev, you know, he liked that vodka. He likes that Stolichnia. Remember all that? Yeah, y'all remember all that shit. Every time somebody see a fighter in the club, all of a sudden they're alcoholic. And it's not just from one particular fight fans, it's from everybody. It's from everybody. So where's the same thing with him? This dude said he was strung out on coke, strung out on alcohol, right? He said this. This is what he said, right? How many of y'all been to Alcoholics Anonymous? What's that, Ron? Hold up, Ron. This is what I want to know. If all right, I'll tell you this. I've been to Alcoholics Anonymous, not because I'm an alcoholic. I went to Alcoholics Anonymous for my job. See what I'm saying? To be the alcohol drug guy, right? A real alcoholic, a real druggie ain't gonna go back to that same shit thinking that they can control it. If you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, they're all in that motherfucking room would tell you that if they have another motherfucking sip, they'll be back where they was before they got in that motherfucking group. And that's a fact. And I'm telling you, you would not believe that. Maybe some of y'all know. Hey, Ron, you left. You would not believe how hard somebody can be addicted to just alcohol. Maybe you might not know, but I'm telling you, you would not believe how addicted somebody can be to fucking cocaine. Once it's on your ass, if it could be a couple years, 6 months. If you go back to that shit, you're coming right back to it like the way you left. And that's straight up. Maybe the only thing that's saving Tyson Fury right now is that he's still going back and forth to the gym. But if he wasn't going to the gym, he'd be right back blown up. He probably never quit. Did we all think he probably never quit? Ain't none of my business. I'm just letting you guys know. Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, I believe it when I see it. Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, I believe it when I see it. And then Ron Sportsman Lee. So y'all see that last little snippet. Will Fury simply move on? Right? Now read that part. You read the part that it said, will Wilder be awarded damages? You see that part? This is what we all been talking about, right? If Fury if the judge rules on Wilder Fury and Fury moves on, this is where the damages come in. See what I'm saying? The damages come in when he doesn't abide by the ruling of the judge in the arbitration. It's that step aside money. Because when these guys is talking about damages, if they negotiated that they was going to get 30, 40, $50 million a piece for the trilogy, right? Those are the damages. I don't know if the damage is $80 million, $90 million, $100 million. I don't know how much the damages is, but whatever that fight was worth, he's going to owe them damages. And I don't understand how people can't understand that shit. Now, these guys is in arbitration, and the third fight is owed. Ron Sportsman Lee said, am I the only one that finds it ironic that Billy Ho and his father were admitted the same hospital the same night? Nah, you're the only one that got that. I didn't know they was both admitted. He probably trying to sue with his bitch ass. What's up, Ron? What's happening?
Yo, my bad. I didn't realize my phone wasn't plugged in, and that's the reason why I jumped off. So,
oh, you talking about you ran out of juice?
You know how it is. Like I was like too busy into the chat that I forgot about the fucking plugging the phone in. How you been, bro?
Oh, good, man. I just find it like I'm just looking at all the news that's going around. I'm just seeing how some people are just sometimey.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm looking at that article. Like I see how they worded it. Like I'm looking at it, but I mean, you more skilled when it comes to that shit. Like Mike, I don't really know like how Mike Cobbett should be talking. I don't watch him like that. I watch the sport, yo.
He just writes articles. He does interviews every now and again. Mostly his articles. I think that most of the articles he gets involved in, he's giving people information.
Yeah.
I don't think he's necessarily writing them himself, but even if he is, I just think it's ironic that people keep giving these type of people information. Like if I was Wild, I'd be like, man, if I catch anybody trying to give this dude information, you're fired.
Yeah. But why Shelly Finkel don't come out and do articles?
Well, Shelly Finkel don't come out. That's not his job. Shelly Finkel wanted to retire before he wanted to retire.
You know what, though, Mike? It's like a worldwide sport, though. Like we want to hear from Al Hammond. We want to hear from Shelly Finkel. At least I do, because I feel like they're the people that's on our side when it comes to boxing talk, bro. And they don't talk.
I don't know if they're on our side, but I don't think Al Hammond is a people person. I don't think Al Hammond is a people person. Like really, like if you see how many pictures of him they're out there and how many interviews, I don't think there's one. I don't even think there's one interview. I think one person happened to fucking see him walking past.
Can you?
And he said hi.
What that would do for us though, like as boxing fans, like over here, if he was a people person, like think about it. We are probably the most. We go to the fights the most least. Like we buy pay-per-views maybe, but like we don't actually go to the fights. Like the Barclays was like, to me, the Barclays was the spot in New York. But like I don't know nothing about Vegas. I don't know nothing about that shit over there that Al Hammond do. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, as far as the view counts he'll get in one day, it'd be ridiculous. I would assume, because he ain't never said shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think it'd be very interesting if he just didn't hit on boxing, because he could hit on music and all them other adventures that he has out there and all the artists that he did with music as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You never know who this guy managed and stuff like that, or even in other sports. But I think that Al Hammond can do. I think Al Hammond can do more for the sport of boxing. But the thing about it is, how much is it going to take out of him to do it? You know what I'm saying? Because some of these cats, they're relentless, with all these social media accounts they paying for, and all these guys, they relentlessly having to send them out writing articles for propaganda and stuff like that. It's relentless. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I don't think that's when you're making money and stuff like that, and you find with the money you're making, sometimes people is not willing to go to stoop down low and do other things. They're fine with what they're doing, but see, this is what I try to tell somebody. I think the PBC does need to step up their game, but the PBC is not a promotional company and stuff like that. It's a managing company. So it's like me getting you to fights and blah 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 whoop and trying to help you out as far as contractually and stuff like that to get you the bang for your buck, and giving you advice. Well, advisory company, not management. So it's not like if it was Top Rank or Matchroom Boxing, Frank Warren, Solito, Golden Boy. It's not like that. But then what you have to understand is what a lot of these promoters, you know, we don't even know what they do because we don't see the promotion.
You know what? You know what? No, we see the promotion with Daz, and I see the promotion with
no. I want me to explain that.
Yeah.
When as far as what do these promoters do that stands out for you the most to get the fighters the most exposure?
Well, like you just said, what do the promoter do to make them stand out the most? I remember the PBC billboard when they first started, like maybe 3 years ago. Remember they had all of the famous boxers that we like in America on the front picture. They had them all on the front picture, and that's what I respected about PBC. But like as far as like putting the matchups together and staying relevant, I don't see it like on promotion tip. I just see it like Al Heyman's behind the scenes.
No,
I don't see it like
I give it to you.
I'm listening.
I give it to you. The only person that has something like this is what you try to do, right? You try to, as a promoter, as far as I can see, you try to get their stuff out there on the streets, like because the word of mouth travels and it's free, right?
Yeah.
So you try to get the commercials on YouTube, you try to get the commercials on TV, you try to get them between ball games to talk about it. You try to get all these other outlets out there to talk about it. You try to get them into the Saturday Night Lives and all that stuff, but you want to do that in between fights as well. You try to get them guest appearances on TV shows, maybe even movies, and stuff like that. And you try to get them to talk about things like in the local community. You try to get them to do other things nationally, worldwide and stuff like that. But my main thing is that what have a lot of these promoters been doing, and I don't see nothing.
Well, you know what Eddie Hearns is like. His biggest promotion to me was like that he had the backyard fights, and I noticed how he had the backyard fights. People might think that's like some slave shit, but I look at it like this: like at least he had like fights in the backyard.
Man, no, he had fights in the backyard. And the house was all white. Like he had some Mandingo fight.
That shit was crazy how he did that.
Nah, but yeah, I mean, I'm a joke about the shit, but I don't think he was on no racist tip. But I had to joke about the shit. It was the freest thing he could get.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it was a good idea for his legacy to have that out there. You know what I'm saying? It was a good idea for the fighter as well. But my main thing is that the only thing that Edward Hearn is really doing is the international stuff. The only thing he's doing is the Saudi Arabia and the UAE stuff. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then China and all that and that stuff. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? Canelo name is going to sell by himself, and that's just what it is. Now, and it's good that maybe by way of Daniel or Anthony Joshua or somebody new over there in the UK got him a plug out there and stuff like that to all that money to access to try to get in the same room with them guys and talk to them to put fights out there and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He's the plug for that. Yeah, I give him that. But at the same time you know what I'm saying? The real money is out here because you're not going to get all that money for all these fights out there all the time unless you're dealing with a Canelo, AJ, Wilder, Tyson Fury, Maybe in Charlo's a couple other cats, but I don't know. But Canelo's votes UK saying I don't think Canelo and Plant will be next. I don't know, man. I don't think so either.
I don't think so
Um,
either. I don't think so
I
either.
don't think so either. I think people I think people um don't want to hit on the two sides. Hold up, let me read the other comment you had first. Now I hit on that, and I go back to that. Just remind me, votes. I don't think people realize when it comes to these contracts, it's a two-way street. We know what we want to see, right?
Yep.
Right, Ryan? We know what we want to see.
We know what we want to see.
Some people want to see the Plant. I want to see with the Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Some people just want to see it with Plant because it's undisputed. But to me, undisputed don't do nothing to me. That's for their legacy. Undisputed ain't for my legacy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's like some watered down whitewash shit.
Because shit, you ain't lying.
He ducked some people that we wanted to see him fight. Like GG is like the main culprit on all of this shit to me. Like GG is like the biggest culprit on all of this shit. Like the way I look at it, at 160 to 168. You know?
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I just don't know because there's two sides of the street with this thing, and now you're dealing with another set of heavy hitters when it comes to negotiations and stuff like that. And I just hate to see. This is my main thing, right? I hate it when I see like you start hearing all this A-side mess and all that stuff. If you want to be now ain't the time to be doing it. If you're talking about becoming undisputed, you already planned your route out. So you need him bad. It's just as bad as he needs you. You know what I'm saying? You planned all this out. You told the whole world, and then Edward Hearn even echoed it. So don't come up over here with this A-side stuff and blah blah with the whoop, because I ain't got nothing to do with it. It ain't my pockets. Y'all, if that's how bad Caleb Plant wanted, and that's how bad Canelo wanted, they need to meet in the middle. I'm talking about when I say meet in the middle, they need to meet each other and talk to each other and make it happen.
You know what? Like Caleb Plant might do have a following in Vegas. I'm curious to know if he have a following on the East Coast, but you never know with him because people do like him. Like I feel like Caleb Plant is a decent boxer, but I'm not gonna tell him that. You know what I mean? Like I feel like other boxers are bigger than him. You know? You never know what type of fan base will come out for him.
Oh, Vo's talking about that.
I'll buy it though.
I didn't even know Andrade moved up. When he moved, Andrade moved up. Oh yeah, he moved up. Yeah. Look, I don't care.
His hand is fucked up. I think his hand is fucked up too.
It might be, but I told everybody this, man. Is that the same thing I said with Gary Russell? I told these motherfuckers, man. It's like y'all got to figure it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Either you stay where you at or you move up. You try to force these guys to fight you. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? If that was the case and you knew what his plan was, how come you didn't try to fight Plant then? Everybody in their motherfucking mama knew what the deal is. Who
are you talking about fighting Plant?
No, just anybody. Everybody knew what the deal is.
Yeah.
He said it before he even fought the last guy. He said it even before that. Like everybody knew what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? He planned it out in front of everybody's face a long time ago.
Plant don't talk as much as like other boxers though. To me, like he don't.
He just did an interview. He just did an interview.
He do interviews.
No, he just did one. No, he just did one. I didn't watch it yet, but he just did one.
I watched him on IG like maybe 4 months ago.
I don't even be on IG like that, man.
Yeah, he don't really be on there like that. But like I thought he was like kind of like standoffish. Like he wasn't really saying anything.
L-Dub said Canelo versus Plant is coming next, September 18th. Hey man, I hope you're right. I mean, that's not really necessarily the fight I want to see, but I'll be entertained. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily the fight I want to see out of Canelo, but I'll be entertained with it. You know what I'm saying? And then the other comment you said, Vogt said maybe Saunders Sr. was right about Canelo raps. Hold up. That is a conflict of interest that Canelo's trainer is the owner of the glove company that he uses. You know what? That is a conflict of interest, but at the same time, right? If this is what I always say, and we're not going to talk about this fucking all night.
Yeah.
if Wilder really believes that he was cheated, right? That's his business to speak up. If what's his name? Billy Quit Sanders
Yeah.
believe Billy I
You
Quit
wildin', yo.
Sanders, right? If he believes that he was cheated, that's his business to speak up. Now, me as somebody on YouTube or a fan of these guys, if I believe that they was cheated, it's my responsibility to speak up. You see what I'm saying? So if nobody wants to speak up for Billy Joe Sanders, you know what I'm saying? Or think that there was something wrong with, or wanted to question that type of stuff, then guess what? That just means really to tell you the truth, nobody got his back. Because you want to be scared of sounding like you're making excuses of a fighter. Was what you believe and what is right is right.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
The camera angle, bro. I could have swore that Canelo hit him with a right to the right when he dipped down low, but then when Billy Joe went back to the left, Canelo hit him with a left. It looked like a left straight hook or some shit. Like the way he hit him, bro. And that's when I thought his orbital bone got broken. But from what I saw today, it was a different camera angle. The first shot, the right shot, was the one that fucking took his eyeball out, bro.
I thought it was the one that he hit him with his forearm by accident. When he tried to throw that
nah,
hook.
You
didn't see that though?
Blows, regardless.
You didn't see that though? You didn't see that uppercut? You go back and watch the fight. He threw an uppercut and actually missed and hit him with his forearm by accident.
You think? Nah, bro. Nah.
I'm telling you what I saw.
Michael Johnson.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he hit him with his forearm or not. The shit was still snapped.
That shit was the beast. Whatever it was, I just saw that shit then and I was like, oh shit.
I don't understand why he doesn't. That shit pissed me off. Like all that, all that footwork. Everybody say that he got. It's like, why are you hunching over like that?
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck are you hunching? I know the body shots was affecting you and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, which one you rather have? You rather get knocked out, or you rather be tired, or you rather have your insides hurting? I'd rather have my insides hurting and stay up and get the fuck out of distance. Hunching over, he kept hunching over like Soda Pop Pimpsky.
Yo, dog, that's the key point. Like you said, like he was hunched over a lot, and he was like right in Canelo distance, bro. Why the fuck are you gonna be right in Canelo distance like that? He was beating him down, bro, to the body and like to the head. Like I feel like Canelo just was like he picked that fucking cherry good, bro.
Edward Hearn did too.
They picked that shit good.
Edward Hearn put that motherfucker in there with the wolves. And a lot of people, I'm telling y'all, man, a lot of people can say whatever they want to, but they say, Billy, I Quit Sanders' footwork. And this in the third, he was winning these rounds, blah, 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 with the whoop. I don't think Canelo was worried about winning none of them rounds.
Yeah.
I don't think he was.
Because I had it like 4-4, like it was like a decent little inside fight because Billy was right there. He talking about the ring size. He didn't really use the ring. I didn't think he really used the ring when it came to Canelo. You know what I mean? Like he just kind of was like right there and they was going back and forth here and there. But you could tell who had the more effective shots, whether it was to the body or whether it was to the head. Like the jabs that Billy was throwing, to me, seemed like off a lot. You see what I'm saying? Like it wasn't effective.
Yeah, but them body shots Canelo was throwing, shit. Yeah. He was landing them clean. He was them left hooks to the body. A lot of them was clean.
Yo, did you see the Soto fight though? Did you see the Sully? No, was it the Soto versus the who the dude fight? Yo, I can't think of that fight.
That was the only fight I saw that night because I had a football game that day.
That other fight though with the Spanish, the Filipino dude or whatever he was.
Oh, the Japanese dude or something like that. The one before that.
Yeah.
I actually saw that. I saw the ref stop it. That's all I saw. I didn't. The game was over. About time for me to turn it on, and I saw that halfway through that round.
It
He was
was
getting
like
his ass whooped.
I think the kid was like a Soto fighter. Soto versus the Japanese dude.
Takayami.
Yeah, Takayama. Yeah, was it Takayama? Yeah.
Takayama. Yeah, not Takayama.
Yo,
Takayama.
dog, he was meme-ing him all night, bro. I understood why they stopped it because dude head was getting like made up. Like every
That
time you turned
motherfucker had
around, all you saw was another
that
explosive
motherfucker
shot.
had a chin.
Yeah, man. He did have a chin though, and they stopped it.
He had a chin, and he was and he was trying to survive, man, but he just didn't. He wasn't gonna knock that guy out.
It was brain damage. I felt like he was getting hit too much to the head, bro, and to the body.
Yeah, he was
That
getting
young
fucked
boy
up.
was tapping his ass up, bro.
L Dub said, no, was it L Dub? Who was that? Votes UK? No. Yeah, Votes UK said he thinks that Canelo takes. Hold up, let me read the other one. Somebody said that Plant was at the Ruiz Areola doing interviews all over the place. He get around, but it's kind of like nobody really paying attention to the dude. I think that's all it is. Like they're not trying to really put his shit out there. You know what I'm saying? He does the interviews and it's like he's not getting no traction. Votes UK said I think Canelo takes Plant out quicker than Sanders. I'm telling folks, man, like you know what I'm saying? People think I'm tripping when I say this, but I don't think Canelo was trying to win none of those rounds. I don't.
You know what? And you're right. And you got a great point because it was a close fight up until the stoppage.
Oh, yeah? Oh, he said
close to me, yo. I was calling it like 4-3.
He knew he was going to stop that guy. He knew. I mean, granted, he didn't know he was going to bust his. Granted, he didn't know he was going to bust his eye like that, but he knew he was going to stop that dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not. Look, before the fight, I told Cano Loco, right? I called him on the show. I told him, I was like, yeah, I think Sanders could win. Yeah, I want him to win, but I don't think there's a way that I think that he could win this fight. I said 6th or 7th. I said 6th or 7th. If he's tired, he's going out 8th or 9th.
Yeah. I called the 7th. It was like the 9th, though. Well, it was the 8th, but I called the 7th.
I mean, you wasn't off. You wasn't too off. I mean, you was off, but you wasn't too off. And that's what I told folks. Like, way before the fight, I told Laws, Laws Dawkins, right? I told him, I was like, I don't know what Billy Joe Sanders is going to show up, man. You know what I'm saying? And all that shit he was talking about, some of the shit was, I think he was valid for a lot of that shit, for all of it. I think he was valid, but to wait to the last minute of the fight to do this shit was kind of, like, come on, bro. This shit should have already been agreed on and worked out. You know what I'm saying? But then you come to realize all the energy that he was taking to do that, and then the theatricals of people saying that, oh, they taking the luggage out when they didn't take no goddamn luggage out. They taking boxes out. They didn't take a goddamn thing out. They was taking, they was probably taking some drugs out or some alcohol boxes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The 40 ounce boxes, not the 40 ounces, they come in cases, they come in big ass boxes. Yeah. So he was taking them motherfuckers out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't, I don't understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, Mike, I gotta ask you this, yo. What you think about the security guard though?
He did what he was supposed to do.
When the pops tried to jump over the ref.
And I told folks, man, security, that dude's job was literally to have his back towards the ring, and somebody literally told him, don't let nobody get past here. And I'm pretty sure that motherfucker got a couple of warnings. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they put them big motherfuckers there for a reason. One, for intimidation, right?
Yeah.
It's because he's a deterrent. That's what he is. He's a motherfucking deterrent. You see that big ass motherfucker right there? That basically tells you
factor to not come near the fucking ring.
Right? He tried to stop his pops. What did his pops do? Tried to fling him off and go past him. So then after he pushed him back, so what was he supposed to do? When you working that security like that, you can't half-ass on these little motherfuckers.
That man did his job. I saw your Twitter post. I was like, Mike going there.
He did his fucking job. What is he supposed to do? You know what happens when you're that big and when you pussyfoot? Some little motherfucker ends up clocking you upside your head and you looking stupid on World Star.
Exactly.
And if you in the States and stuff like that, when you start dealing with things of security, shit, all kind of. I'll give you a prime example. I did armed security at a private party.
Okay.
Me and my homie. This was like 2 years ago. I did armed security for a private party, right?
Yeah.
And it was in the barnyard, right? Let me tell you what happened, right?
Barnyard?
Yeah. It was in the barnyard. We did armed security. They hired us to do armed security. I got paid $500 that night.
Okay.
Right? These motherfuckers they had like 3,000 people in that motherfucker, but it's just 6 of us. Right?
That's a lot of work for y'all.
Right. We had some radios and shit, whatever. Let me tell y'all something. If you work in security, whether or not you armed or not, motherfuckers that's coming in and leaving, if they smell pussy, they running over you.
Exactly.
And they might just whoop your ass if they smell pussy.
See the dude. You see after the dude bum rushed the pop, like you could tell he looked around. He was like, "Yo, these niggas about to bum rush me." He could tell he was about to get bum rushed.
Hey, but guess what? They all tried to tackle him, but they all slipped off his back.
Yep.
They all slipped off his back. Oh, Tyrone said, "What's up to everybody?" Then he said, "Damn, I saw it today for the first time. Tom got knocked out on his ass." Hey, you know, I tell you what, stop fucking with people. Time. Stop fucking with people. Like, I mean, it's not. Time. I mean, I understand him trying to bum rush the dude, but you know, I can understand like you saying, well, you know, well, security should. I can understand that. But there's two sides of the story. You know what I'm saying? And you should know that security is there for a reason. Security ain't there to pussyfoot around.
Yo, think about it like this, Michael Johnson, Boxing Talking More. What if that dude would have some acid in his hand or something? Security like looking at it from like a whole different point of view. Like, you don't know what the fuck this dude about to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you never know with a motherfucker, bro. He did his job right, yo.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, you don't know what you're absolutely right, man. You don't know what these motherfuckers ready to do. You know what I'm saying? These people say, oh, he should have known he was his dad's. Like, come on, bro. If he was Michael Jackson, yeah, you're gonna know who his pops is. Yeah. But you regular old security dude coming up in there to do security, probably got another job. This is probably your second, third job of the day or of the week or something like. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't know who the fuck people is. You could have went up there to try to like do something to Canelo.
My bad. I was talking to my daughter.
Oh, it's all good. But back to the subject at hand, right? I don't care what anybody is saying right now. I do not care until these fights are signed. I don't care. When it comes to, I'm not taking nobody's side, right? But I already know that Wilder got a good poker hand. I already know that. But from the signs that we have seen from day one, everybody should have known arbitration comes first. Everybody. The thing about it is that any one of these real journalists out here could have found a judge that had that an ex-judge, right? That can elaborate on what arbitration means and what kind of weight that it holds. But none of these real journalists, these real life journalists, even tried to. I did. What is it? Where they at? They up over there in Switzerland. They over there in Switzerland.
I'm back, Mike.
I emailed them cats over there in Switzerland. I think they hold the sports of, what is it called again? It's called Council of Arbitration for Sports. I emailed them. Didn't get nothing back, right? Yeah. But I know that they do a lot of arbitration cases for sports in general. Because guess what? That's under the WBC rules that that arbitration goes to them.
So is the arbitration really gonna come out tomorrow? Is that what your article is saying? Mike Copperfield is
No,
saying?
he said Monday. 2 hours ago, he said potentially by Monday.
Wow.
But
You
I'm not believing that shit he said.
you know I like Deontay Wilder, bro. Like I don't have nothing against Deontay Wilder, but I feel like this arbitration went way too long. But I can respect whatever he's doing, but it's like he's really letting down his fans. He loses his fans by the day to me, bro.
I don't think he is because like people have to understand like do nothing but this. I know some people wish that he showed up in Texas and stuff like that and ran up on Tyson Fury and stuff like that. But the guy ain't willing to talk. The guy ain't willing to do nothing but sit back, and do these interviews and you know what I'm talking about? He just want to do everything on his own time by himself and talk all this shit. He don't want nobody to step to him and question him. The motherfucker might just call security. Remember AJ was talking about some Wilder show up and calling security?
Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that shit?
hell yeah.
He
I
was talking
remember that.
about. That's what I'm saying. It's like he gonna show up. They're gonna get in an argument, and if I'm not. I'm just kind of like this. I just want to. He's doing it the right way, but like you said, it's taking way too motherfucking long, right?
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah, that's one, but that's the thing that people need to do. They need to think about is that he's doing it the right way. He's not letting this guy say fuck it, go and do what you're doing, blah 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 with the whoop. He's saying give me mine. He's been saying give me mines since that day.
I don't want Wilder to run up on Fury because they already look at us as inferior. So him running up on him would probably cost Deontay Wilder money. Like as far as like whatever he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to do, but I did want him to like speak like transparently earlier on in his career. Like when the fight ended, like I heard he was only out like 1 month on injury. Is that true that he was only out 1 month on injury?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, I don't know how long he was out, but they knew he was injured.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he said it after the fight. They knew he was injured. They knew what they was doing. They agreed to everything. And then you had the COVID, so that was another thing. But they agreed to everything. Bob Arum was in charge of getting the venue. Did you know that?
Is that me or you?
That's you.
Okay, I think I gotta come out because I'm thinking my battery might die.
Oh, because I ain't popping popcorn.
And I'm all right.
I'm trying to tell folks, man, I'm not trying to pull up on nobody at no fight when I'm already pissed off at him. I'm really not, because the dude got a big mouth, and it ain't gonna lead to nothing good. If fight fans don't know already that Deontay Wilder wants to fight Tyson Fury by now, then they ain't gonna never know. They ain't gonna never know, and that's just how it is. The guy, both sides have spent a lot of money on his mediation and arbitration, right? Spent a lot of money, and people are saying that Wilder might not never come back. Is this and the third? Blah 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 with the whoop. And he's been training since the last fight. I hear you, Rob. Been training since his loss. He ain't never stopped going to the gym. He ain't never stopped exercising. But some people want to say, "Oh, he's back," and this and the third. He never left. He only left in your mind because the thing that you were too worried about was Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury, knowing now well that the fight might not even happen, but you would have blocked that out because it doesn't suit your narrative. But now, fast forward to today, you have all sorts of conflicting news from the same people that was giving you Fury versus AJ updates. The same people that you were believing yesterday with this August 13th or 14th or September 13th or 14th date with the Edward Hearn said this, Edward Hearn said that about the new updates with Fury AJ. All these weekly updates with the Fury AJ, the same people you believed yesterday, you don't believe today. Ain't that about a bitch? The same guy, me, that told you if Fury does not fight Wilder, he's going to get sued for damages. I never said anything about step aside money because this was not what it was about. Not nothing. When Derek Chisora said, well, if Fury doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, he's going to be out of 80 million. He's probably correct. He says step aside money, but it's probably the wrong word to use. But he's correct. They're in arbitration. If the judge rules this and you don't do that, he's going to go to the court and everybody's going to know your dirty laundry on both sides. And guess what Deontay Wilder's going to guess what Deontay Wilder can sue for? Not just his purse, but Tyson Fury's purse as well. So it could be around $80 million. Didn't Wilder versus Fury, the last fight, didn't it do almost damn near $1 million? A million pay-per-views? How many pay-per-views did Wilder versus Fury do the second fight? If anybody know out there. Ronald Finger said they say we getting the AJ versus Fury August 14th. Frank Warren co-signed. I don't care what Frank Warren say. Until the fight happens, until AJ versus Fury fight happens, until Fury versus Wilder fight happens, I'm not believing none of these motherfuckers. I'm not believing them. Like, motherfuckers ain't about to send me on a motherfucking ride around the world, having to talking about boxing and talking about these two guys and they weekly fucking updates every fucking week. Me getting my hopes up, my hopes down, and this and the third. No, I'm not about to do that shit. You know? What y'all out there think about Aji Kabiel versus the Kingpin Johnson, man? What y'all think about that? Look like they about to get it on, man. What y'all think about that one, man? I think that's gonna be a interesting fight. You know, if yo, if that motherfucker get knocked out, I'ma laugh. If Aji get knocked out, I'ma laugh like a motherfucker, man. I'm gonna laugh like a motherfucker. Because he shouldn't. I don't know how that fight's gonna go down, man. Because that Kingpin Johnson dude, man. There's something about that guy, man. Just something about that dude that he always figures out a way to go to a decision, or usually figures out, most time than not, he ain't been knocked out too many times. He ain't been stopped too many times. So, he's been around. People be sleeping on him and end up losing. So I wouldn't really count him out. I'm trying to look for the other fight with the Michael Hunter guy. I want to talk about that too. So Michael Hunter versus Mike Wilson. That's one thing I want to talk about, right? I heard a lot of people mad at Mike Hunter. Saying that he's really he put his middle finger at boxing fans and stuff like that, right? I don't believe so. I keep trying to tell people there's two sides to every story, right? And the side of the story that I'm trying to tell folks is this. Metro Boxing dumped Michael Hunter, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they dumped him too.
They dumped him, right? Metro Boxing goes and wins Michael Hunter's purse bid, correct? Kylie Sullivan comes out. Comes out and say all this nonsense about Mike Hunter. Oh, he didn't give us any warning. He just did this, blah, 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 whoop, whoop, whoop. Y'all didn't give him no warning when y'all dropped him. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad now. Like, if I was Michael Hunter, I wouldn't want to fuck with you guys.
He was searching for a better. Put it like this: they dropped him, but he was still trying to work with Dazin. But the emails were like misconstrued because you know Eddie be double talking, yo. He be double talking a lot. Like, and I think Michael Hunter saw that shit. Like, he just decided to not fight nobody over there because Eddie gonna fuck somebody. Put it like this: he only fucks certain people, and I guess Michael Hunter was one of the people that he was gonna fuck because he looked at the math.
Right.
The math wasn't adding up.
No, the math wasn't adding up because the purse bid out of $300K, Herkovic was getting 60% of it.
Exactly.
So what was he supposed to do? Yeah, it's an opportunity for him, but guess what? He can still fight for an eliminator for another belt on Triller, getting more publicity, right? Because it's on Triller. Right? Yeah. Snoop Dogg and all them, right?
Yeah.
You know he hanging out one of the Paul brothers homies, right? So he gonna be up in there probably too for his fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to tell folks. Like, so what was he supposed to do? Yeah, I wanted to see that fight. I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to see it, but I'm not gonna tell this. I'm not gonna tell no fighter. I'm not gonna tell. I mean, I try not to do it, but I'm not gonna tell no fighter. Don't make the best move for you.
Yo, I'm buying that Triller card, so Michael Hunter gonna have my support, even though I'm going over there for Teofimo. First in the motherfucker that said he not gonna get stopped. He from Sparta too, Michael Johnson. He from Sparta too.
Fuck you.
He said he's not gonna get stopped by Teofimo.
Oh my God.
He's not gonna get stopped, yo.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be a good one.
Gonna stop that nigga, yo.
It's gonna be a good one. I mean, Teofimo ain't all that himself, man. I mean, but
that's stoppage, yo.
But he's young and he's young enough to figure it out.
Yep, exactly. And that dude frail, bro. He gonna get washed. That's like Demetrius Andretti fighting Canelo. I think fucking Demetrius Andretti can stop Canelo. But like, I'm not, enough of that shit. I'm not trying to go there. But what I'm saying,
I don't give a fuck.
Yo, Teofimo gonna stop him, bro. Watch. It's gonna be funny as shit, yo. How he stop him, and he gonna be like the next motherfucker to say they from Sparta, and they all quit. Man. They all quit over there, bro. When they fight the real motherfucker.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yep. They can sit there and act like their favorite fighter, like Australia. Hey, I ain't got no problem with Australia, but they talking that Sparta shit.
Man, nah, Australia, man. I'm Australia, man. I'm gonna tell you one thing. I seriously think that they be hoarding they good fighters, man. And I seriously think that they got better. They gotta have somebody better than Lucas Brown. Stop it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they keep pushing Lucas Brown up out of there, like, and nobody else, and that pisses me off. Like,
Lucas Brown.
They keep pushing him out of there. They keep giving him the most exposure up out of Australia.
Wow.
I'm being real. Who else you know from anybody in this chat? Who else you know by Australia out of Australia that's getting more publicity than old man, too slow ass Brown? Get us knocked out any given weekend.
Shit.
That motherfucker get. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. He get knocked out every day. He get fucked more than the $5 hoe. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, I'm not trying to brag on the dude. Maybe he just loved boxing that much and fighting that much, but come on, man. You got to do something, man. Your stamina sucks. Your speed sucks. You can't be getting there just getting blasted.
Yo, he didn't put his hands up quick enough. Yo,
oh
Dylan White washed his ass. Dylan White washed him, right?
Man, Dylan White was proud of that shit too.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Yeah, I did something." This and the third.
It's like fucking let Dylan White beat your ass. Like, that's sad, yo.
He should have just been working on countering that left hook.
I want to see Wilder versus Dylan White though.
I don't.
Why not?
It's gonna be just like Dominic Brazil.
You think so?
The dude ain't doing nothing different. He just moving more and jabbing more, but his head, he ain't got no fucking head movement.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. He don't got no head movement.
He stays on center. He
He got
stays
like
on.
he got
Look,
like 4 concussions, Mike.
look. People say that Deontay Wilder can't box. But what the hell is Dillian White doing?
You need the brush.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all. I got my daughter here.
No, that's cool. Dillian White ain't doing nothing. Dillian White is throwing jabs and trying his best to look like he's boxing. But when you get knocked out by old man Alexander Povetkin like that, like, come on, bro. You can't say nothing to nobody about boxing abilities. And he's too wild. He's always crossing his feet. He's always losing his balance when he's throwing uppercuts and left hooks. You know what I'm saying? It's like people can't say that Wilder can't box looking at him, Derek Chisora, Joseph Park. Can't say nothing. Nobody can say nothing. But I'm telling y'all, people better hope to God, right? People better hope to God that Deontay Wilder, if this Fury fight happens, you better hope that Deontay Wilder don't come in that fight 100%. Better hope to God. It's going to be another thing coming. Because I'm telling you, if any one of these fights happening, right? If Wilder versus Fury fight happen, right? It's not going to be in August. It's probably going to be in September. Maybe October, November. And Tyson Fury gets to fight a bum.
Yo, I'm back, Mike. Hey, so you saying you think that that fight is happening then?
I said if.
Man, I look at it like this, bro. I think the Saudi Arabian deal is real, and I think that we're gonna see AJ versus Fury.
Yeah, the deal could be realer than the real deal Holyfield. But the thing about it is that does Tyson Fury really owe Wilder a third fight? That's the boogeyman in the room that nobody wants to acknowledge. And we all have to acknowledge that I'm not mad at nobody if they want to see Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua. I'm not mad or happy about nobody if they want to see Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. What I am saying, let's be fair with the information that we have been given and that we know of. Let's be fair with it. Let's stop picking one side or the other every single fucking time because it suits our point of view or how we feel about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it a buck. And keeping it a buck is, yeah, Edward Hearn is doing his part to get Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury the best bang for their buck by shopping him overseas in Saudi Arabia and all that stuff. So Edward Hearn has done his part. Tyson Fury, on the other hand, could have signed whatever on any given date, but he ain't signed shit yet. As of what we know, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
As of what we know, Edward Hearn said he sent some shit. Tyson Fury ain't signed nothing.
Yeah.
As far as what we know, that's where it's at. That's the information that I got. If anybody knows something else out there, let me know.
And the Wilder arbitration is near the end.
Exactly.
Okay.
But we all know of it. But we all know of it because remember, Ron.
Yo, it's a hot summer, bro.
Remember, hey, Ron. But check this out, though, Ron. Remember that, right? Remember, see, before arbitration, there's mediation, right? Remember a lot of motherfuckers talking about some, Tyson Fury ain't got to abide by that. The contract's up, blah, 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 with the whoop. He can just move on, right?
Yeah.
Remember everybody saying that? Now, but motherfuckers don't want to say that they said that. The motherfuckers don't want to say that he actually had to go. And he's still up over there. And he's still up over there flying back to Las Vegas or wherever to meet for the arbitration is what the report said. So it's kind of like one of them things like, you really going to like lie about the situation? Like, just tell the fucking truth.
Yo, Wilder had me looking up arbitration clauses. They have
you ain't got to.
They have a record of like the longest arbitration clause, bro. Like, what was the longest arbitration clause? So I get like if this is real, I'm gonna respect Wilder if he say like that. If Wilder actually has a really good case, I don't know if it's about the money. I don't know if it's about the injury. I don't know what the fuck it's about. But all I know is that like it hurt the sport for a year, bro.
Well, you know what? You put that on Tyson Fury because it's Tyson Fury's fault that AJ and Fury ain't happened. It's Tyson Fury's fault that Wilder and Fury ain't happened because Tyson Fury, if he really wanted to, like we all know, he could have been demanding for dates. He could have been demanding for contracts, but instead he's doing the same thing that Edward Hearn did to Deontay Wilder to stall a fight.
Yeah.
He said, I want to see proof of funds. Nigga, please. You want to get paid or not? It's either because when you sign contracts like that, it's either you get paid after or that night. But it ain't nobody paying you before services are rendered. You either get paid that night or a couple of days after that motherfucker. You mean to tell me you're not gonna take them dudes' word for it, and you know they good for it, and you know you ain't.
Michael Johnson. I feel like the contract was null and void because of the time period. That's
no, it ain't null and void. It ain't null and void with none of them.
About it, yo.
It ain't null and void with none of them.
Okay.
But which contract is null and void?
When December came around and like Tyson Fury was about to fight that dude, I can't even think of the dude's name. He has so fucking fucked up name, but he was about to fight
Cabiel.
Yeah, he's about to fight
Cabiel. Well, I tell you why it was null and void. Bob Arum was in charge of getting the fight venue.
Mm-hmm.
That's Bob's Arum job. Then you not only that, you have COVID, and then everybody agreed that the networks blah 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 with the whoop. Everybody agreed to push the fight back. Everybody did.
They did.
Yeah.
I stopped watching Blue Blood Sports at that time.
No, you ain't have to listen to Blue Blood Sports. You ain't have to listen. Bob Arum said it himself.
See, I only watch like certain people.
I would listen to what Bob Arum been saying on barbershop conversations. He's been telling the whole thing. Bob Arum literally said after one of the fights that it's not me, it's Tyson Fury. If it was up to me, if I was Deontay Wilder, I would sue. That's what he said. Like, and people are not worried about what he's saying because they blow him off as an old man, and stuff Bob like that. But at the end of the day, you can see the clues out there and how long arbitration is going. And Tyson Fury ain't signed a contract to tell these dudes to hurry up. Let's get this fight rolling.
So we about to get a arbitration, like immediate stand in a couple days.
Yes.
You serious?
That's what Mike said.
After all of this fucking
I mean, I don't believe him, but I don't believe him, but I know there's pressure on everybody in this arbitration to get a judgment sooner than later.
I see Wilder training. I see Tyson Fury training every day. They training, bro. I watch both of their videos, but like it don't mean that I'm thinking they fighting each other, but it just makes me wonder. Is AJ said he wanted to fight in 6 months? 6 months.
I don't. No, dude. Look, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. You got the Saudi prince giving it the okay to get a fight in Saudi Arabia. You think they give a fuck about some goddamn COVID restrictions?
Yeah.
He set the fucking rules and regulations.
Yo,
the fuck are you talking about with
be a
COVID?
hot summer, bro.
All these motherfuckers want to talk about Deontay Wilder and his fucking excuses. How many excuses does Tyson Fury have to not sign the fight? How many excuses does Edward Hearn have on why they ain't gave a whatever they doing? It doesn't make any sense.
Wilder's not transparent.
No, the reason you can't be transparent in arbitration,
and that's the problem, bro.
You can't be
as a fan.
You can't be because you go into arbitration. You sign non-disclosure agreements talking about you won't talk about what's going on. That's why dumbass. That's why this fucking dumbass dude didn't think this is how dumb these idiots is. Fucking Tyson Fury thought he was gonna be able to blow off this shit, and this is just me speculating.
Yeah.
Just by me observing him, he thought he was gonna be able to blow off this mediation, blow off this arbitration. Don't mean shit. Blah blah blah. Whoop whoop whoop. And the reason why I say this is because the whole time he's negotiating for another fight, he's saying this, he's saying that, he's running his mouth all damn day. Then all of a sudden he says, well, we all know that what you're saying in these interviews can be held against you in the court of law.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
Well, he wasn't saying a lot, though. Tyson Fury wasn't saying a lot at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, the fuck he
just
was.
recently started talking shit.
Yeah, the fuck he was.
He ain't been talking shit like that whole
He was talking about, the contract expired. I ain't fighting Deontay Wilder. He disrespected me, blah, blah, blah. My gypsy people, blah, 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 with the whoop. And I'm pretty sure in mediation and arbitration, they ate that up.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they ate that up. They told him, like, this motherfucker don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yo, they've been in deep cognito for a minute, bro.
Yes, we have. But guess what? Deontay Wilder never been the one to be going around and talk about his business.
Yeah.
Between fights, you don't really hear too much about Deontay Wilder. Between fights, he never been the one to go out here and tell his business. Now, AJ, Edward Hearn, a couple of these other fighters out here, Spence shows some shit every now and again. Mikey Garcia always running his mouth. Devin Haney's damn near tweeting every day. Clarissa Shields tweeting every hour on the hour. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But Deontay Wilder, he's not the one to be tweeting like that. So,
see, I don't get that part, though. He's a heavyweight champion. Sugar Ray Leonard took like 2 years off.
Yeah, but some people just ain't. Well, Sugar Ray, I know why Sugar Ray Leonard took 2 years off, because Sugar Ray Leonard had a booger sugar problem.
Oh, what you mean, like steroids?
No, Sugar Ray Leonard, he was on coke.
Well, I just remember him like fucking taking those 2 years off for the eye.
Yeah, he had a fucking injury. Yeah, he is on that booger sugar. Oh, he admitted it. I'm not making it up. He said it out of his own mouth. He was on that sugar.
Damn. And I lived in the area where he lived at in Maryland, yo.
No, I'm being real. Like this is the thing that I know, right? Those painkillers, man. Some people, I can't take them.
Yeah,
I can't take them. So I'm pretty sure that's the reason why that was the best thing that he could take. Well, all that other shit probably made him sick, and you got to eat, and you got to do this, and some people just can't take, because I get the sweats.
His retina was fucked up.
Yeah, but me, I take that shit. I start overheating. Percocet, Vikes, all that shit. Yeah. I take it. I start overheating and shit. Bro, I can't do it.
Fuck, Mike. You real as fuck. That's why I fuck with you, because I know you're real. Like,
shoot, I smoke a blunt. I'm cool, but alcohol and weed, I'm cool. But Vikes and Percocets, man, I take that shit. I'm like, yo, man, this is hot than a motherfucker in this bitch.
Yo, the hardest thing I could take is ibuprofen, bro.
Shit. Yeah, that's about it, really. I remember I was, man.
Or Motrin school.
My boss was like, what the hell wrong with you? I was like, man, it's hot than a motherfucker in here. He's like, you taking any of your shit? He was like, man, you need to stop taking that shit, man. I was like, why? He was like, man, does it even take some of the pain off your hand? I was like, yeah. He was like, but you ain't supposed to be sweating though like that. Yeah. I was like, I thought that's what shit was supposed to do. It was like take the pain away, but I thought I had side effects. He was like, nah, man. He was like, but you sweating hard. He was like, you sweating hard than the motherfucker. I was like, damn. Yeah.
Yo, but, you know what I'm mad at right now, though? I'm mad at Berlanga right now.
What'd he do?
He's sitting up here acting like he tough, yo. Like, I'll go to all of the Mexican channels, yo. They swear to God that Berlanga can beat somebody. Berlanga need to step. He better be lucky that Steven Stone Cold Nelson actually broke his Achilles heel. If he didn't break his Achilles heel, that would have been a problem for his ass, yo.
Well, that's one of the things that people don't. Well, nobody wants to bring it up. You know, everybody wants to say that, you know, it's not that fighter's fault that he came in the ring injured and is in the third, but you got to keep it fucking real.
Yeah.
You got to keep it real. Like, if you knew this is what happened in the fight, you got to keep it real. Like I said with Billy Joe Sanders, maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's you know, I don't think that Canelo was, like I said earlier, I don't think Canelo was trying to really outbox the guy. I think he was trying to knock him out. But now, what if he didn't knock him out? I don't know. But I know that the judges was going to be pretty hard pressed of voting in Canelo. But I was gonna be real about the fucking fight. You know what I'm saying? But
Canelo was on this beast mode though. Like the way
Canelo was hitting that motherfucker hard.
That shit was crazy.
He was catching them with a lot of clean shots, man. And the refs and some of these commentators, man, and some of these people on YouTube, man, they need to think about it.
Yep.
Okay, Leo Santa Snooze and Tank Davis, right?
Yeah, I remember that fight.
And Tank Davis was taking punches just so he could knock the motherfucker out.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Billy Joe obviously wasn't hurting Canelo that much.
Yeah, because Canelo was just sitting there like walking through that shit,
and toe his ass up.
He was like putting his hands up. He was putting his guard up. Like I wish Deontay Wilder had a better guard because I didn't like the way Fury was hitting him in the guards, bro.
Which fight?
The last fight they had.
Man, that motherfucker had one leg, and I don't know what that dude was doing.
Yo, Wilder guard looked as suspect as shit though.
He only had one leg.
Yo,
look at the fight. Like he threw the right hand. And the right hand almost threw him out of the goddamn stadium when he threw it.
Well, you talking about the overhand he threw? Like
Wilder couldn't throw shit. He couldn't throw shit without being off balance. His leg was gone. Equilibrium or something was just fucked up. And people don't even know nothing about boxing saw it.
Wilder better come in the ring with a goddamn pair of drawers on. That's it. Goddamn it. Just drawers, nigga. Come in the ring with drawers.
Hell nah.
Like a Greek, nigga.
That's fucking hell nah.
You know what I'm saying? For like energy standpoint. Like,
man, I'm tired of. I'm just tired of seeing. Man, I don't even like seeing fighters boxing in their drawers and shit and spandex. I'd be like, man,
you know what I'm
trying to see
Mike Tyson status, yo.
Yeah, Mike Tyson was walking. No, Mike Tyson didn't wear drawers in the ring.
Yo,
no, for real. Mike Tyson said he wasn't wearing no drawers and no socks. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Boxing is crazy. If he come in that fucking ring with a head wrap on or any fucking thing, Wilder gonna lose. He gotta come in that bitch like a Viking.
All I gotta say, I don't care how he come out, man, but I don't like them. I don't like that costume shit.
Nigga. Like real talk, like he better come out that bitch like he know what the fuck's going on.
I don't like that costume shit that he be doing, man. I always thought that costume
was cool,
shit
though,
was just
at the beginning, though.
Nah, I never thought it was cool. I was like, man, look at this shit, man. This motherfucker come out here like looking like the motherfucker off Bleach and shit.
No doubt. Yo, respect, Mike. I just want to come on and chime in, bro.
Nah, I ain't tripping. What's up, Lost One? What's happening? But I'm getting up out of here, man. I'll see y'all later. You got any last word, Ron?
Love you like a brother. One.
Yeah, you know it. I see you soon out there in Twitter land.
You know
hey,
that.
man, all y'all out there, man. Y'all be cool. Shout outs to the LDBC and everybody stay sucker free.